The name on the jersey matters, but it probably shouldn't. Everyone looks at the Jacksonville Jaguars and can't wrap their heads around the idea that the Jaguars are good. Repeat after me. The Jaguars are good, and Jacksonville is going to have an opportunity to try and win a Super Bowl, because the Jaguars have clinched a playoff berth thanks to their stroll-in-the-park-style victory over the Houston Texans on Sunday. The Jaguars look like a team that will win the AFC South. There is still a game in Week 17 against the Titans that will matter, and they look like a dangerous football team with a filthy defense and a competent quarterback. Blake Bortles has transformed into a guy who actually looks like a former first-round pick during the month of December, showcasing a surprising amount of confidence and throwing 7 touchdowns to 0 interceptions over his last 3 games while completing more than 70% of his passes. It's a night-per-day situation for Bortles, and it's allowing the Jaguars to open up a can on opponents, stretching leads easily and making them lay predictable on offense. They can run the ball, rush the passer, make plays on passes down the field, and have a quarterback who is starting to play at the right time. Imagine a world where they win the division, get a bye week in the playoffs, and Blake Bortles wins a playoff game. The Jaguars are immediately going to be forced into paying him like $20 million a year for the next 5 years. It's going to be incredible. On the NFC side of things, Nick Foles lit up the Giants for 4 touchdowns, reminding everyone just how much Carson Wentz matters to the Eagles' defensive line. Or something. The defense was questionable on Sunday, but the offense didn't skip a beat with Foles under center. The result was the Eagles clinching a bye and guaranteeing they will only need to win 2 playoff games in order to get to the Super Bowl. That's pretty massive in a loaded NFC that is going to feature a number of different paths to the title, all of which are difficult to navigate. Having a shorter path is a huge deal, especially when you're trying to operate with your backup quarterback. But if Sunday was any indication, Foles could be just fine. Here's how the rest of the NFL playoff picture looks, as well as a snapshot of some games that could impact what it looks like after Week 15 and beyond. AFC. Who's in? The Steelers play the Patriots on Sunday afternoon in Pittsburgh. 2. New England Patriots. 10-3. The Patriots play the Steelers on Sunday afternoon in Pittsburgh. 3. Jacksonville Jaguars. 10-4. Another dominating and impressive effort from the Jacksonville Jaguars featured Blake Bortles playing some really good football, even without Leonard Fournette, and Jacksonville manhandling the Houston Texans to secure a playoff berth for the first time since 2007. Jacksonville is a legitimate threat to the AFC contenders. Saturday night saved the Chiefs' season, with Kansas City thumping the Chargers in KC, and likely setting up a division title for Andy Reid, whose team has now won 2 straight games and looks much more explosive on offense than they did for several weeks in the middle of the season. 5. Tennessee Titans. 8-5. The Titans are playing the 49ers on Sunday afternoon in San Francisco. The Buffalo Bills do not seem inclined to go away and not be a thing this year, and right now they are slotted as the No. 6 team in the AFC. If they go to play the Jaguars in the first round, they are going to get dusted. AFC. Who's out? 7. Baltimore Ravens. 8-6. Baltimore smashed the Browns in Week 15, as teams do to the Browns, and put themselves in a good position to keep fighting for the wild card. 8. Los Angeles Chargers. 7-7. Everything on the line Saturday night, and the Chargers played a very Chargers-like game, eventually losing to the Chiefs in Kansas City. They need a lot of help to make the playoffs, namely the Titans losing out. 9. Oakland Raiders. 6-7. The Raiders played the Cowboys in Oakland on Sunday night. 10. Miami Dolphins. 6-8. not entirely dead yet but pretty close. The Dolphins needed to win out before losing to Buffalo. Now they would need a crazy situation to make the playoffs. AFC, who's eliminated. 11. New York Jets, 5-9. 12. Cincinnati Bengals, 5-9. 13. Denver Broncos, 5-9. 14. Houston Texans, 4-10. 15. Indianapolis Colts, 3-11. 16. Cleveland Browns, 0-14. NFC, who's in. 1. Z. Philadelphia Eagles, 12-2. How about old Nick Foles on Sunday? The backup Eagles quarterback stepped in for Carson Wentz, threw 4 touchdowns and promptly helped the Eagles lock down a bye in the playoffs. They completely and utterly dominated the Bengals in Week 15. That game was over by the end of the first quarter. For the most part, the Vikings could make some serious noise en route to potentially hosting a Super Bowl there. Playing in come February, the Saints beat the Jets. But it sure wasn't pretty. This is a New Orleans team that has been scuffling a little bit lately and battling some injuries. On the offensive line, the Rams are playing the Seahawks on Sunday afternoon. The Panthers drew the unfortunate straw of playing against Aaron Rodgers in his first game back, but did a heck of a job against the Packers quarterback, escaping with a critical victory. At 10 wins, they should be feeling pretty good about a playoff berth. The NFC South is still on the table. The Falcons played the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay on Monday night. NFC, who's out. 7. Seattle Seahawks, 8-5. The Seahawks play the Rams in Seattle on Sunday afternoon. 8. Detroit Lions, 8-6. The Lions kept their playoff hopes alive on Saturday by handily beating the Bears at home. Detroit needs some help but can still make a playoff push. 9. Dallas Cowboys, 7-6. The Cowboys play the Raiders on Sunday night in Oakland. 10. Green Bay Packers, 7-7. The Packers probably saw their playoff hopes end with a loss to the Panthers. Although at 9-7 they could still sneak in if things break their way. NFC, who's eliminated. 11. Washington Redskins, 6-8. 12. Arizona Cardinals, 6-8. 13. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 4-9. 14. Chicago Bears, 4-10. 15. San Francisco 49ers, 3-10. 16. New York Giants, 2-12. Legend. X. Clinched playoff berth. Y. Denotes division winner. Z. Denotes first round bye. Asterisk. Clinched home field advantage.